Hello everyone, this is another video answer to another question. Can we really be taught? And what is really learning and teaching process? One of the followers said that whenever he watches my videos, he somehow intuitively resonates. It comes in the right time. And he's just one of those other people who have similar experience. And it is a universal phenomenon. The truth is that we are never taught anything that we don't know already within ourselves. Sometimes we come to hear that or witness something, some situations or information that we learn only because this information becomes like an invocation, like a key to our soul that instantly opens up and releases that which already existed in it. During our life, we may come across so many pieces of information, so many things, yet we're somewhat untouched by it or by those things. We do not consider them as important. And it is so because our soul doesn't resonate. That frequency or the frequency that information resonates, or that level of frequency doesn't ignite anything within us. So that is not the information that you may consider as teaching or information that brings some kind of an upgrade to your being. But that information, that is not just an information, it is an experience. It is an overall experience that touches various layers of your being and allows your soul to kind of invoke that within. That is the information that can be called knowledge, because that information becomes an invocation, a key for you at that particular time, the right time for you to register that information within your space or scope of consciousness, acknowledge that information and appreciate. Because when these three elements are missing, or one of them is missing, that is not learning. Because you learn, first of all, when you register this information. So this is the first sign of learning. The second sign of learning is when you acknowledge and it makes sense. It is, you can relate to it somewhat, not maybe directly, but on a soul frequency even, or just directly. And the third is gratitude. You're so grateful that it humbles you down. So humbling experience means you allow to keep that higher frequency within yourself, or in other words, to cultivate it. And this keeps you going, keeps you developing, opens you up to receiving deeper and deeper knowledge, or to be tuned, in other words, to high and higher frequency. But it works as gradual opening. It's like a flower opening towards that frequency, towards that knowledge, because knowledge is already within. And now it's about the time of how you integrate that gradually, how you align your physical dimension with your other dimensions so that you become that knowledge. It's not just something outside of you. You are that knowledge. And when you are that knowledge, the need for, demonstrating it or looking for the external validation ceases to exist, because you are that. That's why higher forms of knowledge, of spiritual knowledge especially, have to manifest on your physical body. Your physical body has to be the very reflection of that connection of that existence within. So it's not just enough to receive that knowledge. The most important is to align yourself with that higher frequency, because knowledge is that higher frequency, that being in one sense, you may say, in one sort of it's one frequency. On a human level, we can say it's knowledge, it's frequency, it's this and that being, but it is just one existence. So that existence, that higher frequency existence, has to be aligned with your physical body, so that your physical body emanates that frequency. Then you may say that you and knowledge and being is one. That is called yoga. That is the primary point of self-cultivation. Being the vessel of that knowledge, being the vessel of that yoga, being the vessel of the higher frequency, light, divinity, love, whatever you want to call it. But once you're that, your mind no longer disperses into concepts and words. It is what it is. Thank you.